Hello, it's me James and welcome back to another episode of Simply Survival. This is the series where I like to show you tips, tricks and tutorials, and of course I like to do this in complete survival. In today's video I'm going to be showing you 3 simple but OP farms everybody needs in their survival world. But first things first, we have got the most important work to undertake. Of course we are back in Simply Survival and that means just one thing, and we've got to do the pothouse suggestions. And if you do not know what the pothouse is, let me explain. Everything that you can see around here has been suggested in the comment section of Simply Survival by the community. I picked the top comment and my favorite comment, and both of those comments get added to every single episode of Simply Survival. And honestly, just looking back from where we started, which was literally this one single little pothouse that I made myself, look how much has been added. This thing has gone insanely well and I am so proud of you guys, and I just want to say a huge thank you for any suggestions. Of course, we have got 2 more suggestions to add in today's episode, and for the first ever time in Simply Survival or pothouse history, I'm going to be announcing them at the same time. So the top comment and my favorite comment kind of went hand in hand, and I'll tell you why right now. See, the top comment of last video was to make the ravine that I showed at the start into a huge swimming pool. And the favorite comment that I picked was to make a bedrock racetrack. Of course, the last video was to remove bedrock, so why not make the bedrock racetrack? And I thought these two actually fit in hand perfectly. Let me explain. See, for the racetrack, I actually wanted to jump over the ravine, and I did just that, but that meant I needed some water in the ravine anyway, so I could actually get back up onto the racetrack with these bubbles. So either way, I had to fill in the ravine a little bit anyway. Of course, it did say fill the whole ravine in, but I just filled a massive part in anyway. I mean, it took quite a long time. I've still got kelp down there growing, if I just swim down there to show you. And what this is going to do is make it into a full source block rather than just a stream going downwards. But I do plan to add a few more bits to this swimming pool. I mean, we can kind of go in the edges like this, which is kind of fun as well. And yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential that I could do with this huge swimming pool now, and I am super glad that I have added it. As I said, I needed to add some kind of water to get back up on my racetrack, which is just here. And yeah, using the ravine's water, it worked out absolutely perfectly. As I said, I'm going to do some more decorations in the pool area because this was quite like, yeah, it does look quite dull, right? However, the racetrack took me absolutely ages, and just filling that one section to get the bubbles up took me so long. It's actually unbelievable. Now it's time for the best bit. We are actually going to go on the racetrack. Now you can see that I've used blue ice on the floor. The reason being is because it goes super fast, as you will see right now. I do apologize in advance because I'm going to be super bad at this racetrack. It is so hard to control. It is so hard. Literally, I'm glad there is an edge of bedrock around the outside, or else I would be falling off everywhere on this racetrack. Oh god, that is literally the most perfect thing I've ever done on this racetrack. I'm not even kidding. Oh no, we've done a 360. Damn, this is actually so fun. I want to try and practice getting around it like perfectly, and that would be absolutely insane if I could do a perfect run without even hitting the sides. To be honest with you, I'm surprised I'm doing it this well right now. I'm actually like surprising myself right now. I mean, this is a really fun thing to do. If you've not got a racetrack like this in your world, I highly suggest that you make one, because yeah, this is so fun. We now have a massive racetrack and a few suggestions that I might have for you guys. Again, I'm not going to make them unless you suggest them, but basically we do need like a way to get in this little area to actually access the pool right now. I kind of blocked it off via the bedrock racetrack, as you can see. We also have this one stray piece of bedrock, which yeah, I don't think I'm going to remove it. So if you've got any ideas suggesting that, let me know. And of course, we still have the 2 empty bits of the ravine, so if you've got any suggestions for down there, I mean, let me know, and you never know, if they are good, they might get added into the next episode of Simply Survival. I mean, saying that, you don't even have to use any of those ideas that I've put forward. You could literally pick something completely random, like the treehouse, like the huge pot, like the potty, like Excalibur, or Potscalibur, should I say. like the mini castle, or even like the pot beacon. I mean, yeah, you get the message by now. You could pick absolutely anything. You don't have to use my ideas. You could literally go with anything, and as long as it is a good comment, you could either get the top comment or my favorite comment, and both of those comments get added into the next episode of Simply Survival. But of course, now we've added the 2 new suggestions to the pot kingdom. I mean, it is pretty much a kingdom right now. Yeah, we have to add both of those names to the wall of names. As you can see, this wall is getting pretty full. We need 1, 2, 3 more, including the corners, actually. So that's 4, 5 more, and we will have successfully filled a complete wall right now. So the winners of last episode are as followed. The top comment was this user right here, aka Mr. Nugget. Thanks very much for your suggestion, Mr. Nugget. And the person who won my favorite comment was this user to build the Bedrock racetrack. I know we only did the outside in Bedrock, but it turned out really, really well. This user actually commented for 10 days in a row, so that goes to show persistence does pay off. But yeah, there you go. Both of you are now on the wall of names. Remember, if you want your suggestion added to the pot kingdom next episode, make sure it's a really good suggestion and leave it in the comment section of this video. But now, of course, we've got to get onto the main part of the video, and that, of course, is the 3 simple overpowered farms that everybody needs. And the first farm on this list is the simple multi-purpose farm. This farm does not only make sugarcane, but it can also make bamboo, twisted vines, drip leaves, sweet berries, potatoes, carrots, beetroot, wheat seeds. You can grow the new pitcher pods, which in turn gives you the pitcher plant. Not only that, you can grow the torch flower seeds, which in turn gives you the torch flower. And last but no means least, if you fill it with water, you can also grow kelp on this farm. That's right, everything that you see right here, you can literally get from this farm. Of course, you won't get this from the farm, you can only grow it on the farm, but you can literally get these from the farm, from growing these. And yeah, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different items on one simple farm. If you haven't got this, you really need to build this thing ASAP. And now you've seen this farm in action, I'm actually going to make this farm to show you how simple it is. And I've even made it a little bit simpler, so it's slightly different to this one. The resources that you are going to need to build this farm are as followed. You are going to need 1 dispenser, 8 pieces of glass. You're going to need a rail, which you will get back. You're going to need 2 pieces of redstone. That is it. You're going to need 1 piston. That is not sticky, a normal piston. You're going to need 1 observer. You're going to need 1 redstone torch, 1 redstone repeater. You're going to need a hopper minecart, a stair of any type. I'm just using a mangrove stair. You're going to want 1 lever, a double chest. You're also going to want 1 bucket of water. In addition to this, 1 piece of dirt so you can grow stuff on, and also a trapdoor. It doesn't need to be a mangrove trapdoor. What I'm going to do is build this farm exactly here, right next to this one, so you know exactly how to build it. First of all, we're going to do a little bit of digging. We're going to dig this one, and then we're going to go 3 across, like this. And once you've got all of the items that I just showed you in the chest, you are now ready to start the build. Basically, we're going to want to dig out 3, like so. And then 1 in the center and 1 at the end. Additionally to this, we want to dig out another 3, and then 1 under the first block and 1 under the end block just here. And that is all the digging that we are going to want to do. Let's jump down. Let's place a redstone torch here and a redstone dust here, like so. After this, we're going to temporarily fill these 2 blocks and then go to the back. We're going to grab our hopper and we're going to put our hopper into the back of that bottom block, like so. And the block behind it, we're going to want to put a rail with our hopper minecart on top of it, like this. And then, of course, that does mean we want a solid block in there. So let's place that. And then we're going to remove this one and get our piston, place that there. And we're also going to grab a lever to activate that piston. But before we activate that piston, we're going to want to remove the tracks that we placed down, else we won't be able to move it. So let's go ahead and remove those tracks so it falls down. Perfect. And we're going to build back up like this and push it, and now you can see that that is in that block, like so. Let's grab our piston back and fill up this hole, and there we go. That is good to go. We can now remove this, and of course this one, and we can add our double chest. So let's add that right away before we forget. Also, we can add our repeater at the front, and as soon as we add this repeater, you'll see a little clock starts going like so. So what we're going to do to turn off that clock is use our lever and flick it, and it will stop the clock. At the end, or past that repeater, one block past, we're going to have our dispenser facing inwards, and then we're going to want a block just here, and then on top of that block, we're going to have our piston. Let's go to the back of the build right now and place down our observer so the face is facing inwards. Now, initially on my test world, I could actually place a piece of glass here like this and one single bit of redstone, and when we activated it, yeah, it would activate the piston. However, I have come to notice, as you can see, it is not working for me. So I'm going to have to change this piece of glass for a solid block. I have no idea why it worked on my test world. I'm stumped. So I'm just going to use a piece of mud. It really doesn't matter. And then put that on there. And now, as you can see, every time we activate that observer, it will activate the piston. Now we're pretty much ready and finished the build, to be honest with you. We're going to place 2 pieces of glass on this one, like that. We're going to grab our water and place it next to the minecart, like that. And yeah, we're going to place a temporary block with 2 more blocks on the side here, like that. I'm going to place another temporary block here with a piece of glass, and then, of course, we want another piece of glass up there, so another temporary block could actually come in handy right now, or we can just remove this one. So I'm going to place this temporary block just here, like so, and then in the middle, we're going to have a stair. Of course, at the top, we want to place that glass, and in the middle, we're going to have a stair like that, so we can access and change the different crops. And that is pretty much build complete. What I like to do is actually have a trapdoor on top. Again, I suppose that is completely optional, and if you did want to place your trapdoor, once again, you are going to need another temporary block. So, yeah, I need to get up here right now, and we'll go up. Oh, God, I just used my temporary block again. Let me place this temporary block just here, and grab the trapdoor, and place it like so, and that, my friends, is build complete. All you need to do is grab some bone meals and put it in that dispenser, which I will do right now. Boom, I've got all of this bone meals, which is super, super nice. And place it in the dispenser. Boom, 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 boom. And you can pretty much just leave this AFK with any crop that you want, apart from, like, the ones that you have to break. So, some of them you will have to break. But, for example, sugarcane, this thing will go completely AFK. So, we're just going to turn it on. And, yeah, there you go. That is farm complete. It is as simple as that and as resource-friendly as that. If you haven't got this in your world, I don't know what you're waiting for. Next on the list is my super simple creeper farm. Of course, you're going to get a bunch of gunpowder from this farm. In fact, we're standing on the farm right now. All it is a hole in the ground with a bunch of trapdoors and a bunch of buttons. Let me show you the initial farm itself, and then what I'm going to do is a little AFK session to show you a good idea of the rates. You can see right here, I'm not really sure why there's a little bit of light over there. I'm actually going to investigate that right now. Where is that coming from? Dude, where's the light coming from? That is so strange. Of course, you do not want any light in your farm like this, because, yeah, it will stop mobs from spawning, which is not actually that good. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to investigate that above. But right now, what I'm going to do is do a little AFK session. Hopefully, we can figure out what is going on. And, yeah, you can get a good idea of the rates of what you can get from this farm. But, as you can see, all it is a hole in the ground with some trenches and some trapdoors and buttons. It is as simple as that. So, I'm going to go up here right now and try and figure out where that light is coming from. Maybe it's coming from one of these. I'm thinking, yeah, oh, man, it's definitely coming from one of those. Let's remove those. And that should fix the lighting problem. I'm pretty much guaranteed that that is going to be dark when we go down there again. I'm just going to go down there very quickly just to double check that. And yeah, everything is super dark, which is exactly how we want it. What I'm going to do, as I said right now, is go AFK on my system. To do that, I'm going to need to hold my looting 3 sword. That is going to give me the maximum amount of gunpowder I can get from this farm. So just to show you, I'm actually running 2 of these farms next to each other. But yeah, I'll show you the empty chest. I've fully emptied the chest for purposes of this video. And I'm going to go to the other farm just to show you I've got a complete empty chest. Let me show you. Complete empty chest. And yeah, I'm going to hold this sword and go into my AFK spot. And you should get a good idea of the rates you can get from this farm. I'm not going to go AFK for too long, but I will for a little while. So I'll be back very, very shortly. Of course, as soon as I've got in my AFK spot. which is literally just here, a little bit above the farm. I'm going to hold my sword, and yeah, I'll be back very shortly. Alright, so I have come back after a little while. Let's go and have a look to see how much gunpowder we will receive. So I'm going to go into this one first. Just got to get around the corner. I'm also going to turn off these right now because I'm not going to do any more AFKing. Alright, I've got 2 stacks and about a half from this one, and it should be exactly the same from the other farm because they will produce pretty much exactly the same. Let me turn this off, and yeah, about 2.5 stacks. So now I have 4.5 stacks, well, 5 stacks should I say, as you can see, just from this super simple gunpowder farm. Now, I can use all of the paper that I made off the first farm, and of course, all of that gunpowder that I have just got to make myself a bunch of rockets, which I'm going to do right now. Of course, if you are wanting to build this super simple creeper farm, all you've got to do is head to the link in the description below, and I am going to provide you with a full tutorial down there. Let's get on to the next farm. And last but no means least, I've come all the way over here to Jamalot, which I still need to work on some of the buildings a little bit. I might do a stream at some point. But the last farm on this list is the super simple iron farm. That is correct. This thing can possibly be made to spawn 2 golems at the same time, maybe even more. However, it is so simple. You can quite literally see it's a hole in the ground with some water streams and a lava source in the middle, which of course is what is going to be killing our golems. All you got to do is stand around it and you will start receiving iron golems pretty imminently. One reason I put this specific farm on the list is because of how simple it is to build. I think it took me like 20 minutes to build after I collected all the resources. That is it. No longer than 20 minutes if you have all the resources available. Normally, an iron farm would take way longer because, of course, villagers are super annoying. However, if you get everything ready, like I said, this is literally just a hole in the ground. And, yep, we got another golem right over here about to go into the kill chamber, which I almost nearly did. The kill chamber is literally just water and lava and signs. It is that simple, and that is exactly why it's so OP, because you could build this within the first night on your survival world if you really put your mind to it. Literally, the resources to make something like this are literally next to none. All you're going to need is water, signs, 4 buckets of lava, and a bunch of beds and 10 villagers. That is it. As I said, you could quite literally make this on the first night of starting a brand new survival world if you really wanted to. Again, we've got another golem in the background. Just over there. Hopefully soon we'll get a few more golems as well. All you got to do is just build this somewhere near your base or something like this. Literally all it is a hole. And yeah, it is pretty much that simple. And there we go. There's another iron golem. Pretty much as soon as I said we'd get another one. So yeah, this is the 3rd farm on today's super simple but OP farms. The reason being is because it is that simple, it makes it OP. And if we just go and have a look at the amount of iron that we've obtained in that short amount of time whilst I was talking about it, I mean, look at that. We've managed to go an extra, I think we had 22, so an extra 12 pieces, which is pretty good. I mean, yeah. For saying how simple it is, we just got even more as well. So, yeah, for saying how simple this farm is, you really do get a bunch of iron, and yeah, there's another one as we speak. So if you are wanting to build this sort of farm, again, you could probably build this by looking at the picture of it right here. But if you did want a full tutorial, I'm also going to put that in the description below, so you can have a little bit more detail in a video, and that should help you right out. If any of you have got any other suggestions of really simple farms you want me to build, let me know in the comments below, and I will sure get on it and build those simple farms for you. I'm all about making simple stuff, hence the name of the series, Simply Survival. And that, my friends, is all I've got time for. Remember to keep your pothouse suggestions coming. The top comment and my favorite comment will be added in the next episode of Simply Survival. As I said, that's all I've got time for. I will catch you on the next one.